Royal BC Museum hopes all British Columbians know that it is your museum, and the collections are not objects that just sit on a shelf, but are active pieces of history and engagement. And a great example of this is the Kitty White collection.
In 1924, these works were donated to the Royal BC Museum from Mrs. Kitty White.
She was originally from Haddisat, which is a New Channel's community north of Nootka Sound. When she was quite young, a young woman, or even a girl, she was sent away or removed from her family. The idea, I think, was that there was some sort of war between two First Nations, and as part of the détente, it was a way of uniting dynasties so that peace would come to the communities.
She grew up with the Clallam people in Beecher Bay and eventually married a Mr. White. They raised their children in Souk.
And one day, her brother, who came from a Haddisat, came and found her. Somebody that she hadn't seen for years and years and years and years. And he made her these pieces, which is the reason why they're very idiosyncratic versions of classical New Channel regalia, because obviously she didn't have any regalia, and the brother thought that she should have some regalia.
This box that she kept the pieces in is believed to be her great or even great-great-grandfather's.
One of the great things about this collection is that many descendants of Kitty White, and there are a lot of descendants, come to the museum regularly to visit the works, and they make connections with their family around it. For me, it encapsulates almost everything about a museum collection in some ways. Even though they're not great objects, you know, the kind of thing you might see in an art gallery, I think they're even more powerful than that, and they certainly have great power to bring people together.
Kitty White died in 1930. The collection will be featured in the museum's family exhibition opening June 2nd.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, celebrating 130 years.